All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the stream. Welcome if you are new here. Thank you guys so much for joining me today and for waiting patiently, as always, for the intro to finish up. I hope everybody's doing well today. We do have a state of play. Surprise, surprise. Maybe not a surprise, though. We have a state of play, not the one we're waiting for, not the one we were hoping for, but one that we are getting nonetheless. 007 First Light. That's going to be happening in, I believe, 2 hours. So we're going to be getting a state of play in 2 hours where we're going to get 30 minutes of 007 First Light gameplay, a deep dive. So that's like the main course for today, people. But I do actually want to let you guys know, and Mr. B, shout out to you for making me aware of this. Yeah, more exciting than Deathloop. Yeah. Oh man, don't remind me of Deathloop. People were asking if there's going to be a regular state of play or a regular PlayStation event happening this month. You know, Jeff Grubb said last month, he said that Sony is going to be holding a state of play or a PlayStation showcase, some kind of PlayStation event at the end of September. And so we have this state of play being announced, and people are like, well, I guess this is it. Jeff Grubb was like completely wrong or whatever. And he did respond to somebody and he said, no, like this is not the state of play he was talking about, obviously. He says he's not trying to hype it up. It could be a good event, but yeah, this is not the one. So I just figured I would give you guys that little follow up. Grubb said we're more likely to see the God of War spinoff than Wolverine. I believe that. I do believe that. Yeah, we keep talking about Wolverine, but I don't know, man. Hanzo's like, I'm gonna go eat, and then I'll be back. In my opinion, only first-party PlayStation Studios games should be centered around a state of play. Uh, yeah, I get where you're coming from, 0 Point. I can agree with that. Yeah, I mean, I understand why Sony does this. It's good for their platform. It's good marketing for their partners. And, you know, Sony wants to sell games on their platform, obviously, third party games, as well as their own games, obviously. But I kind of agree with what you're saying. I just, the whole thing with these third party state of plays is it really boils down to like, is this a game you're excited for or not? Because I feel like if you're excited for 007 First Light, and I've seen this, if you're excited for it, you're looking forward to the state of play. But it also just kind of feels like it's something the developer could have done on their own. You know what I mean? Um, yeah, I'm not a huge fan of these third party state of plays. It I don't recall them doing one for a third party game that I was super stoked for. I remember they did one for Hogwarts Legacy, which was pretty cool, but yeah, I don't think they've ever done one for a game that made me like freak out and be like, "Oh my god!" Like you won't see one for GTA 6 or something, you know? At least I don't think you will. Rebirth, yeah, that one was pretty cool. That was a good one. But even then, it still felt like it was lacking something a little bit, you know? Borderlands and Deathloop. Thank you, Irfan. Yeah, I finally got the platinum for Death Stranding 2, bro. Oh my god. 127 hours. So just a little update on that. I did get the platinum for Death Stranding 2. It took me, like I said, over 120 hours, 127 to be exact. And it's a grind. It's a grind, but I got it. And yeah, I mean, right now it is my game of the year. And I've talked about why that is. I know that people are like, oh, I thought Expedition 33 was your game of the year. Expedition 33 is still right up there. It's just certain things that happen in the story of Death Stranding 2 speak to me in a very profound way. and that really is what did it for me. But yeah, Expedition 33, a phenomenal game as well. Thank you, Lady Gamer. I didn't know that. You posted a clip about it, or me platinuming it. Thank you. Do I think 007 should be more realistic, or should have like more realistic graphics? I don't know. I'll have to take a closer look at it during the state of play today. It looks like it's AI made. I'm not sure. I will have to take a closer look at it. What's up, boss? Check out his ears. What's this look you got going on? You guys think so? You think it's using AI? We got AI 007. Oh, man. Well, I mean, yeah, I can understand why people would expect a little bit more graphically. But yeah, that's what I was going to say. It kind of has a style that's very reminiscent of Hitman, and that's the studio that's making it. So it's like, yeah, I think people would like to see a more photorealistic, or just like a more, you know, just more realistic graphics, like you're saying in general. But I think people are mostly okay with what we have. Yeah, I covered that in a video. I don't know what CD Projekt Red is teasing. They're teasing something for tomorrow. We don't know what it is. I told people not to get their expectations too high. I saw some people hoping it's going to be like the announcement of a PS5 Pro patch or something. Digital Dude, usually not too bad. Usually okay. Truthfully. I mean, occasionally, Occasionally. Knock somebody out. Knock yourself out. Sorry to hear that, Lady Gamer. Yeah, it's tough. Yeah, I'm kind of feeling it today too, though, honestly. Like, just being completely honest, I'm feeling a bit I don't know. I don't know what to call it. Just in a kind of a bit of a haze, you know. Not too significant, but it is one of those days where it's like things feel um they just feel less in general. Just slightly less. But when I feel like this, I try my best to push through it. Yeah. Yeah, everybody knows the feeling. And when I feel like this, I always try to think to myself, like, what's the best way to like handle it? You know what I mean? Like, what's the best thing I could do? What's the worst thing I could do? What's a good in between? And that usually helps. We got SIE Hiroki Totoki in the chat. Hello, MVG. Question: why do you cry so much about the Xbox community and content creators? Seeing lots of posts about you. Remember, we at PlayStation don't care for fanboys. You are correct, Hiroki Totoki. I apologize. I bring great shame. I bring great shame to the PlayStation brand. No, I know it. Truth be told, SIE CEO and President Hiroki Totoki. Why do I feel like, bro? Yeah, I don't actually know who that is, but I know for a fact it's somebody that stopped by on the channel before. It has to be. No, what it really comes down to. Oh, hold on. You know what I think it is? I think it's PlayStation CEO Jim Ryan. There used to be somebody who came in with Jim Ryan as their profile picture, and their name was PlayStation CEO Jim Ryan, and they would like just talk the same way. You know what it is? Yeah. I'm gonna have to stop crashing out so much because like it is what it is, man. Like at the end of the day, it is what it is ultimately, and I have to got to recenter myself. What's this about? It's about enjoying games, man. It's about enjoying games. I lose sight of that sometimes. I'm guilty of that. Absolutely. Um, God, dude, boss. Every time you chill up here with me, you get so much cat hair on this thing. It's so annoying, and I like inhale it every time. The old reliable, it is what it is. Never fails. It's the default. No, you know what it really is? I'll tell you. You know what it really is? It's something that could be better. That's what it is. It's something that can and should be better. It is what it is. MBG 2025. We have Henry 3K, a longtime member for 28 months. Thank you for that, Henry. You're saying, not really sure what to expect from this state of play, but I'm keeping an open mind's eye. We got Mind's Eye 2.0 coming in with this 007 game. Yeah, I have no expectation whatsoever. Like, there's a 50% chance I'm going to walk away from the state of play being like, I'm good. That's cool, but I'm good. Or there's a 50% chance I'm going to walk away being like, yo, this looks good. I want to play it. Bible, Matthew 5:4. Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. Bless you and the family. Thank you for that, buddy. Yeah, thank you for the kind words yesterday, by the way, from some of my members post. I appreciate that. We have some really good people here, and I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful for the community we have here. PlayStation and Xbox working together, for sure. Yeah, we're going to talk about that a little bit today before we, watch the state of play in a couple of hours. We have more reports about how Helldivers 2 is doing on Xbox. Many Tom, you've been a member for 20 months. Well, thank you for that, dude. Thank you. I really appreciate it. How difficult is the Platinum Trophy for Death Stranding 2? One white toe foot being easy, 10 white painted toenails being hard. That's a crazy. Difficulty 6. Like 6 painted. I guess It's not hard. Like, it's not a hard game. It's a game that requires persistence, and dedication. But in my experience, it's not difficult. Hey, don't you chew that, boy. The most difficult mission is probably the last one for Mr. Impossible. I would say that's kind of challenging. And we have Corey the Legend Landiga coming in. He says, "Oi, laddies." And he drops 5 membership gifts for you guys. We know why he does it.
I'm no hero.
He does it in the name
Never
of
was. Never will be.
Corey, thank you so much for that, man. Thank you for, as always, kicking it off. So 4 white painted toes. Got it. There you go. You got it, digital dude. You got it. Off topic question, but what's your favorite Call of Duty game from the newer ones? Black Ops Cold War was really fun. I had a really good time with that one. It may be Black Ops Cold War if we're talking about like the newer ones. I had a really good time with that. Yeah, that was a fun game. Enjoyed the story and everything. And Mini Tom Official comes in. Mini Tom Official says, "Yo, bro, been a member for 20 months. I'm going to drop a 5 bomb as well. I'm going to follow up Corey's. Drop 5 more for you. And guys, if you do get a membership gift, keep in mind, we did a members lounge. I believe it was on Monday. Today's Wednesday, right? Yeah. Yeah, okay. The holiday was throwing me off a little bit. We did a members lounge on Monday, so you can go check that out if you get gifted a membership. And the gameplay stream we did yesterday, where I finally got the platinum for Death Stranding 2, is now for members only, so you can check that out as well. And also, make sure you hit that like button, guys. We're sitting at 42 likes. Let's see if we can bump that up to 50. It definitely helps. Yeah, I feel like the thing with Black Ops Cold War is that was like the last really arcade feeling Call of Duty. Like truly like arcade feeling in a good way. And I feel like, the newer ones, they all kind of feel like they're more updated for something like to what like Modern Warfare 2019 was. And we have Momvo. I don't know if I'm saying your name correctly, buddy, but a member for 20 months says, VM Bloodline 2 reveal was amazing. Can we watch the trailer? Also, bad handling by Sony regarding some cancellations, Blue Point, and more. Just more delay. Yeah. I think what we'll do, if you can remind me, probably around, let's see, where are we at? We're at 12:20 right now. So maybe around like 140, 145, I'll get everything set up and we'll get ready for the state of play. If you can remind me to bring that trailer up, we can watch it before we go into the state of play. And yeah, Sony's had some mismanagement, man. Absolutely. Um, I mean, it feels to me like people are pretty down on PlayStation these days. I'll be honest. Like if you're not really, if you're somebody who's just like not paying close attention and just enjoying the games, I think you're fine. You're probably not noticing. Or if you're somebody who's just actually been paying attention, but you're not necessarily in agreement with popular opinion, I guess you could say. But yeah, it seems like people are pretty down on PlayStation these days, and I do feel that Sony has to do more. I do. I feel like I'm gonna be honest. I feel like Sony basically just stopped caring about like the optics of their brand, and I think they stopped caring because like they realized like, well, it doesn't matter. We're gonna do well anyway. Boss looks tired. Shadowlink, what's up, man? I'm doing well. Doing well enough today. A little bit. I feel a little bit drained. It's one of those days. I just feel like a little bit drained. Not too drained, just a little bit. But I'm doing mostly well. I hope you're doing well too, buddy. Everyone is now clowning the Call of Duty movie, saying it's going to be Beavis and Butthead. Oh, Beavis and Butthead's going to be it. Dude, that's so funny. They should just do that. They should just make a Beavis and Butthead Call of Duty movie. Yo, I'd watch that shit. That'd be so awesome. I'm actually watching that Beavis and Butthead movie. I literally started it last night. That's so funny. I started watching Beavis and Butthead do the universe. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. And Figuratively Literal comes in. Boss, chill, bro. And renews their membership. Figuratively Literal, thank you so much for that, buddy. Love to see it.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And I forgot to give Mini Tom Official his soundbite. Mini Tom, what soundbite would you like me to play for you, buddy? But Figuratively Literal is here to remind everybody. Come on, boss. It's not time yet. Not yet. He's here to remind everybody that you can always renew your membership or become a member. And I always want to encourage people, like if you do get gifted a membership and you check out the members' content and you're a fan of it or, you enjoy it, consider renewing your membership each month. It definitely helps. Become a monthly supporter like that, like Figuratively Literal here. I'll add that to the counter. That brings us up to 11. So, guys, if we hit 25 members, I mean, I know that it says we are striving for 50, but if we hit 25, we'll feed Boss some of his new salmon treats that he absolutely loves. He loves the salmon treats more than any of the other treats. So, Paramount also had the Halo series. Oh yeah, that's true. They did. Are they still making the Halo show? I never watched it. Dumpy Koala, thank you for that, buddy. I appreciate that. Are you threatening me? Dude, Beavis and Butthead. I grew up watching Beavis and Butthead, and my dad really liked Beavis and Butthead. And it's just so good. It's cool to me. I think they actually have a new season that's coming out today. I think it dropped today. It's cool that Mike Judge is still doing that. We have Petrov, a member for 2 months. Thank you for that, buddy. He says, happy 2 months. Good show, MBG. And feed the boss. Hopefully we will, Petrov. I think we can. I think we'll be able to. Lost Isley, you may as well crash out now because it's just going to be 007. I should probably let everybody know if you're expecting anything else from the state of play, it's not happening. It's been confirmed this is a dedicated gameplay showcase deep dive for 007 First Light. So, it is what it is, right? Silent Hill F is apparently really well optimized on PS5 according to Digital Foundry. Yeah, Silent Hill F, I really am looking forward to that game, dude. I wish it was coming sooner. I don't know. Like now that I finished Death Stranding 2, I'm going to be getting all the way into Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater, and Skate's coming up early access with Skate. Silent Hill F's coming. Ghost of Yote's coming. I mean, geez. But that's good to hear. It's good to hear that it's very well optimized. Nicodemus says, all we need is 007. Luna and Leia may end up brawling with Boss for the salmon treats. We'll see. We'll see, Corey. Kojima tweeted something interesting about MGS5 today. Irfan, what did he tweet out? Kojima tweeting about MGS5. Maybe I missed this. Hold on. What did bro tweet? I'm looking here. He tweets a lot, so it's easy to miss some stuff. I'm scrolling. Dude, the trailers. So I saw he retweeted a trailer for MGS5, and like, dude, the trailers for MGS5 were incredible, dude. They were awesome. And figuratively literal with the super chat says, little bit of trivia. Did you know that D. Snyder, bro, oh my God, voices the villain in Jack and Daxter, and Mr. Krabs voices the villain in Jack 2? Bro, so I didn't know either of those pieces of trivia. I forget the name. Was it something Clancy? I know his last name's Clancy. I can't remember his first name. He was in that David Cage game as well. I'm like, I can't remember the names of anything, as always. You know what game I'm talking about. Is it Tom Clancy? No, it's not Tom Clancy. Dan Clancy. Tom Clancy. I'm like, Tom Clancy, that sounds so familiar. Dan Clancy. That sounds like it could be right. Nicodemus, he almost got me, bro. Something Clancy, Tom Clancy. But yeah, dude, D. Snyder, though, that one's weird and shocking. Like D. Snyder, the lead singer of the 80s hair metal band, Twisted Sister. You know, I want to rock. Da 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 da. That D. Snyder, that's crazy. Dude, that's so wild. I never knew that. I didn't even know he did voiceover work. I know he's in like radio. He's like a DJ. But I didn't know he actually did voiceover work. That's really funny. That's super interesting. Clancy Brown was in Detroit Become Human as Lieutenant Hank Anderson. Thank you, Adama the Dragoon. Clancy Brown. Oh, his first name's Clancy. Who said Dan? Lost Isley said Dan, and I'm like, that sounds right. It's Dan Clancy. We got Dan Clancy up in here doing Mr. Krabs and being in David Cage's game. One day I have to finish Detroit. I started playing it and never finished it, but it was really good, though, what I played of it. It was really good. It's a shame that Sony and you know, David Cage's studio, Quantic Dream, it's a shame they couldn't like work things out better. Apparently there were like some disagreements, and that's why like they don't really work together anymore. Marvel Rivals just confirmed the PS4 port. Dude. Yeah, and you know what's crazy? Apparently we have a rumor now from Dust Golem that apparently Resident Evil 9 is getting a PS4 port. And I'm like, what is happening, dude? Like, this is it. This is it. Like, I'm not trying to be negative, but it's like we hit the wall, guys. Like, we actually hit the wall. Like, we are going to see a game, a AAA mainline Resident Evil game, apparently, come out in 2026, and there's going to be a PS4 version. What's interesting, though, and this is important to note. According to the rumor, it's actually a separate version that's being developed. So it's not going to be like scaled down. It's just like a totally different version. And we have Lux Space coming in, dropping another 5 membership gifts for you guys, keeping that member train rolling today, bringing us up to 16 members. And just like that, we are closer to hitting that 25 mark. So we're 9 away from 25, thanks to Lux Space dropping another 5 for you guys. Boss, chill. I know you hear me getting excited, and that gets you excited. Hang tight. Put your treats here. Don't rip the bag open. Mini Tom, by the way, I asked Mini Tom what soundbite he wanted me to play, and then I don't know if he answered me, so I'm just gonna play him this one. And then we have Corey the Legend coming in, dropping another 10 on you guys. Corey's like, I need Boss to have his salmon. And then I need to see Leia and Luna fight over it. Corey comes in and drops 10 more membership gifts for you guys, and that brings us up to 26. So we crushed the first goal, and we're now over halfway towards the second goal. Love to see it.
Holy shit.
Bumpy Koala says, W gifted members. Yeah, thank you guys so much for the support. Boss is ready. Boss is ready. Let me see what other sound bites do I have here. I always forget which one is this? Oh yeah.
Good God.
Good God. That's a good one. I feel like there's always one I'm forgetting. Well, anyway.
Boss, do you read me? It's time to feed the beast.
All right. If I'm able to, if you guys listen, Corey and all you guys, if you can keep, oh my God. It's so pungent, dude. Oh my God. Hold on, boss. If you guys can keep supporting the channel in this way, I'll keep buying these treats. They're a little bit more expensive, a little bit. Oh my God, they're a little bit more premium. But they're so much healthier. Like, it's just straight protein for this boy. So I'll keep trying to buy these. Here we go. Here you go, man. There's your protein. Boss has to get buff. Add that one from Arnold. You want collateral damage? I'll show you collateral damage. Dude, that's a good one, actually. That's like not a popular Arnold quote, but it's more obscure, but it's funny. Boss is going crazy. Yeah, he is, dude. Gaming has reached a ceiling. Scaling back is going to be the norm. Yeah, man. I don't know that it has to be a bad thing, but maybe a necessary thing for now. It's hard for it not to, to be seen as a bad thing. 28 years later, the Bone Temple announced. I just saw that, yeah. They released a trailer. Dude, I didn't even see. I have to see 28 years later. I can't believe I was planning on seeing it in the theater, and then I never did, and now it's on demand, so I'll have to check it out that way. Boss, you ate all that already, bro? All right, I'll give you just a couple more. It smells so bad. 28 inches later. 28 inches later. The Bone Temple. What happened to this series, bro? What happened to it? Spoiler alert. Gaming Survivor, member for 22 months, says, look up the video Commando and Helldivers 2. You'll enjoy it. It's Arnold and Helldivers. Yo. Shout out to everyone surviving the Hive Lord at the moment. Yo, I'm actually, you're tempting me with a Helldivers Arnold video. I need to look that up immediately. By the way, Gaming Survivor, I did unban El Unico. We're going to give him a second chance, mainly because it seems like he was really upset about that. And, you know, I take your word, Gaming Survivor, but I see how some people, you know, sometimes they, you know, they don't know why they're getting banned or they don't know what's going on. And so I'm trying my best to make it so that everybody's welcome here, you know. I just want people to be able to get along. We'll give them a second chance, and I'll be paying closer attention. Um, because you know, it's true, man. Sometimes we get trolls in the chat. We get people that they're like low key trolling, they're instigating, they know what they're doing, you know, and I don't know if El Unico is doing that or not. Um, but you know, he seemed really upset about it, so you know, we'll start with a clean slate. But I'm gonna have to bring up this Arnold video, dude. And we have Nicodemus with a $20 super chat. Thank you, Nick. He says, just wanted to remind you we love you, MBG. I pray for you and your family often. Well, thank you so much for that. That's incredibly kind, Nicodemus. Bro's out here praying for me and my family. Thank you. That's like just crazy kind of you, man. And thank you for dropping a $20 super chat to tell me that. I love you guys too. Good stuff, man. Actually, Digital Dude, I don't remember that quote. Bro, if Sony's still backporting the PS4 and the PS5, I think we'd say the PS6 era, I'm leaving Sony. We're gonna get there, Gaming Survivor. I believe. We're gonna do it. One slow unban at a time. NBG can try to be Canadian, but being a Canuck is, how do you say that? Ain't as easy as it seems. I don't like that word. I don't know what that word means. I don't know if I should have said that. I have to look this up now. Canuckle? What? Oh, wait. My not being Canadian is showing. Oh, it's a slang term for a Canadian. Though its semantic nuances are manifold. I've never, dude, I'm not kidding. I've never heard that term before. I didn't even know there was a slang term for Canadian. For a Canadian. Corey's out here enlightening me. All right, let's bring up. Boss, did you not get enough protein? Come on, get out. Got enough. Go do some reps, bro. Let me bring up this Arnold video though, because this sounds too good to pass up. Yeah, I know, Prince. You're like, dude, you got to get out more. I know. That's why I have you guys here, though. You know, why do I need to get out when you guys can just you can enlighten me, you can tell me, you can teach me. Boss wants the collateral damage. All right, hold on. Let me. So it's Commando Helldivers 2. Is it the video by VN Creative Executable or exe? I just want to make sure I get the right one. That is the one? Okay. All right, let me bring this up. Okay. Hold on.
Jump complete. Hellpods Prime.
Bro.
T-minus 10 seconds. Clear landing zone.
Bro, the M60 though, the shirtless M60.
This is Pelican 1. I have visual on the extraction zone.
Don't you think we should tell them that the boat's out of gas?
Nah, just smile and wave, boys. Smile.
Oh, and there's another one here. John, Rambo, and Commando in Helldivers 2.
Welcome to Helldiver training.
Helldiver training is the toughest test in the galaxy. But I can tell that doesn't scare you. Impressive.
Dude, it's too perfect. It really is just too perfect. Dude, Rambo running in slow motion though. That's awesome. They should do a collab. This is so much better than just the Commando one alone.
ETA T-minus 30 seconds.
Dude, I love how they're both shirtless with M60s. This is incredible. This is incredible,
ETA
dude.
T-minus 20 seconds.
Amazing.
ETA T-minus
Dude,
10
this is
seconds.
PlayStation
Clear
and
landing
Xbox
zone.
players.
This is Pelican 1. I have visual on the extraction zone.
Dude, that was awesome. That was actually really awesome. Straight up PlayStation and Xbox players. Good stuff, dude. Commando, I mean, I don't know that Commando's better than Rambo, but Commando's still really good. I think Commando's a bit underrated. Amazing. Can't wait to see what else they end up doing. What else are we going to put in Helldivers 2, bro? Let me head back to the chat here. People want to ban 0 Point. 0 Point's on thin ice, bro. I feel like 0 Point's been on thin ice for the last, 3 months. It's okay. It's okay. I believe, I like to believe 0 Point, he has a good heart, you know? He has a good heart. He's going through some stuff, you know? He's figuring things out. I understand. Well, let me see what Lady Gamer's saying here. Hold on. Let me check something here. I don't know. I'm not seeing anything. 9 timeouts. Uh-oh. Whiskey Gaming's like, yo, did somebody say ban? Well, 0 Point, I think some people are just upset because you are you've been a little bit insensitive towards, people talking about their mental health or, a couple things that Lady Gamer said, and you know, I just think try to be a little aware of that. I don't think they're crazy. I wouldn't call them crazy. Like, come on, man. Everybody, people go through some stuff, you know? I don't want to like create that type of environment where it's like, we got to be overly sensitive about everything. But I also don't want to create that environment where it's like we just although, then when Rich Rod shows up, he's like, "Yo, listen to my song." It's like, "Okay." Well, see, that's what I mean. I'm not going to call people crybabies, you know? People are people, man. People have feelings and emotions. It's fine. But it depends on the topic, Like if somebody's being a crybaby over like a game or something, like sure, that's fine. Whatever, Like it's like I get like that sometimes too, and it can be cringe. But if we're talking about something like real life, something more serious, I don't feel cool like, talking about it like that. You're saying he's a grifter? 0 point, are you a grifter? You said for her to be positive and never give up. You also had friends who were on the verge of ... That was a friend. I understand. Well, misunderstandings happen, That's another thing. Just got to work through it. We got to work through it. It happens. Well, I don't want to say that. No, I don't want to say that. We're just going to move on. It's fine. It's fine, guys. Like I want to let people know too, and this is important. Like I know it's not what I'm encouraging, but it's important that people know it exists because it's here for a reason where you are able to block specific people in the chat if you feel like you have to. You know what I mean? And people do that sometimes, and that's fine. It's expected that not everybody is going to get along with everybody, But it's an option that exists. I've seen people use it before. Typing is so bad compared to just speaking face to face. Misunderstandings happen. Yeah, it's a tough thing. I mean, and it all depends on how people read things, We have Lux Space, a member for 8 months. He says, "I started playing Snake Eater, never did before, but it seems like it's only cutscenes. How much gameplay do we have in this game? 2 hours? No, there's more than 2 hours of gameplay, but I have to ask the question, Lux Space, how long have you been playing Snake Eater for? Like, how many hours are you into it? Or, like, what section of the game are you at?" Oh, I can agree with that. The internet is not a chill place. I agree with that. It's tough. I try to find a good balance between, I want to moderate properly, and I want my mods to moderate properly. I want to create a good environment. And it's tough. It's tough because, everybody's different and everybody wants to express themselves in different ways. And I try to walk that line of understanding, like it's all about, I'm trying to like figure out where people are coming from. Like, are you coming at it in good faith or bad faith? And that can be difficult for me to determine. I think it's difficult for a lot of people to determine. And that's why I'm trying to, take the approach of like, I want to give people second chances and whatnot, or, not make it seem like, you get what I'm saying? Like, it's just, maybe we can all get on the same page if there are some misunderstandings. I don't want to create, and I think another thing too is like, I also, I tend to try to view things from many different angles and try to keep an open mind. And because of that, I think it naturally brings more open-minded people in. And sometimes the downside of that is we can have a lot of very conflicting ideas and thoughts, and it can be hard to make it work sometimes. That's absolutely true. Luckspace, you're saying I'm only in the first 2 hours. That's what I meant. I heard it's 10 hours total to finish the game, but most of the time I'm watching cool cutscenes. So, Luckspace, the the beginning of the game is insanely heavy with cutscenes and codec calls. So there is a lot of gameplay in the game, but like specifically the first 2 to 3 hours, there's a lot of cutscenes. There's definitely a lot of cutscenes later on too, but you know, but I would say in my opinion, there's more than enough gameplay in Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. But that's a small criticism that some people have had with the original Metal Gear games, like cutscenes being too long and whatnot. But yeah, you'll see that the gameplay opens up. Let's organize YouTube boxing matches to solve these differences. Gaming Star, I fear there might be a misunderstanding here. So the internet is not a chill place. So you get to be insensitive and everyone else is wrong whenever they notice you to be the outlier. MBG bro, forgive misunderstandings and move on. That's all we can do. Whiskey Gaming's like, I have headgear, bro. Whiskey Gaming's ready. Yeah, well, I mean, take it from me. And I know you guys see it too, but dude, like these days, if you look at where we are in September of 2025, more than ever, people are kind of hunkering down and like, this is the one-way street we're going to walk. Or, there's a kind of like behavior, like a conditioned behavior where it's like, this is like, I will lead and you will follow. And, it's just, to me, it's, I don't know. It's just it's a bit much these days. We'll see, Digital Dude. I don't know. I mean, look, man, I have people in my chat that accuse others of stuff, and it's like I said, I don't want to be overly harsh on people. I don't want to be overly harsh, but I do understand that yeah, there are absolutely people, like, the reality is, guys, and this is just the truth. My channel's been put in a bit of a defensive position for obvious reasons. Like, I think you guys know that. There's a lot of people who have a major problem with me, with this channel, with everything we talk about. And by extension, they sometimes make their way over here, or they send a certain energy this way, that it encourages individuals, I'm not saying anybody here right now, but it happens where it encourages that troll-like behavior. And, I'm just trying to make sure that that's not something that's being done, like low key, and I'm just like missing it. Because there's a lot of people here that have been here for a long time, and if enough people say something, like, this person is kind of being problematic or whatever, it just, catches my attention. It's like, well, maybe I'm gonna have to pay closer attention. But yeah, that's why I'm kind of with Hanzo here, where I try to let people know, like, they do have that block button, Damn, Petrov. Kronos is getting okay reviews. Not great, but kind of good. 7 out of 10 in most. Yeah, it's. I guess it's sitting at about where I kind of expected. Maybe I would have expected a little bit more from it, since it's post Silent Hill 2, but not too bad. Yeah, boss is knocked out from that salmon, dude. Whiskey Gaming, you're saying who cares who goes to what channel? That's stupid. Yeah. I mean, I was thinking about that too, and it's like, it's a tough thing because it's like, there are people who come from other channels. Now, I haven't seen it in a while, to be fair. I haven't seen this in a while, and there's nobody here, nobody that I've seen that like I would put in this like small group, but there are absolutely people that come from other channels on occasion, and it's like they're literally like they're only here to cause chaos and problems. And that's why, because they're coming from a place that doesn't like our channel or doesn't like this community or what we do. And they, they kind of try to slide their way in, but usually it's fairly obvious. Usually it's obvious. And we've had to take care of that. And I think everybody deals with that to an extent. Whiskey Gaming is going to play dad. Uh-oh. Hanzo says I timed out myself once. Dude, I remember that. Bro had to put himself... He timed himself out. He's like, you know what? Saying 0 Point can be toxic, but he has rebellious tendencies. When he gets noticed, he pretends if everyone is wrong, plays a victim role very badly. 0 Point's rebellious, dude. Well, yeah. It's the nature of me being this involved with my chat, you know what I mean? Like, truthfully, the way I used to handle things, when I first, like for the first year or two of streaming, like when I would do like Press X podcast, is I would just let the chat take care of itself. Like, I just wouldn't even pay attention. Truthfully, like, and it was a little bit easier, just like, you guys figure it out. I could do that, but it's hard to, because now I stream a lot more and I'm much more engaged with the chat. So I think that's part of it too, Everyone woke up on the wrong side of the bed. One of Media Molecule's founders, David Smith, is leaving the studio after 20 years. Wait. Didn't they just lose their last founder? Or is that... Yeah, I'm confused. Hold on. Yeah, I thought we covered that already. Unless this is new. I will say the truth. The only truth ain't nothing but the truth. It's me, MBG. I'm a triple agent. You know what? That would explain a lot, Nobbenzer. He called you a fake gamer because you said Intergalactic looks awesome. Maybe you are a fake gamer, digital dude. Huh? Maybe you are. Greetings, my fellow fanboys and gals. Okay. I love how P-Man is like, you know what? Now's my time. Now's my time. Time to make my entrance. All right, yeah. So here's what we're going to do. You ready? We're going to move on. We're going to collectively move on, okay? Or you know what? I'll ban the entire chat. Actually, hold on. Let me see. They're like, oh shit, is he about to ban the entire chat? I'm gonna make it easy for everybody. Wait a second. Hold on. Wait, what is this? Live commentary approved users? Live commentary mode limits participants to the people you approve for your channel. Huh? I'm like tempted to click this and see what it does. What I don't understand live commentary. What does that mean? No, I didn't. I was just kidding. I was just kidding, Irfan. I'm not going to ban anybody. Hold on, I gotta look. Let me look this up real quick. YouTube streaming live commentary setting. You can set up your live chat to only allow approved users as live chat participants. Oh, so I would literally handpick who could say anything in the chat. Okay. That's such a weird way to word that, I guess. All right, somebody drops a 50 bomb right now. I'll make you the only one who can chat. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Don't do that. I'm not making you the only one that can chat. Dude, it does seem tedious. I don't even know how you would do that. I've never noticed this setting before, though. If anyone, subscribers, members, and then live commentary. That's true. If I ever nuke the chat, I have to play the Miles Dyson breathing to the run up. Dude, that is such a crazy sound. MBG, I'm sorry. It's all my fault. How could you, Lady Gamer? No, dude, it's all just meta commentary at this point, you know? Yeah, I'm going to make the channel pay to win now. Pay to chat. No, the state of play didn't happen yet. We have about another hour before it starts. It's happening at 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock. You think today's state of play is a waste of time? You don't mind 30 minutes of 007? Or I don't want 30 minutes of 007. I want games. Well, see, this is what I was saying earlier, where it feels like the general vibe around PlayStation right now is not that strong. Where like I think people are excited for Ghost of Yotei, obviously, but yeah, people are like, we're ready for more game announcements, new game announcements. Like we're ready for another proper show. Or I don't know. It just there seems to be something going on with PlayStation that I can't quite put my finger on it. You know, they like it is a very strange thing that I'm seeing, like with the Helldivers situation, right? Helldivers 2 going to Xbox. It's like, okay, so Microsoft brings their games over. Microsoft brings their games over, some of their games, to PlayStation 5, right? Yeah, it's all good, digital dude. It's fine. We're gonna move on. We're gonna talk about Helldivers now. It's all good. It's all good, bro. Digital's just like ready to go, man. He's always ready to go. But you see Microsoft bring their games. I'm thinking like Forza, right? They bring Forza over. And, you know, PlayStation players buy it and they're like, damn, this is really good. And we find out it sells really well. It does well for Microsoft. It was a good idea for them to bring it over. And, you know, a part of the conversation, truthfully, like I I know it's like, well, you shouldn't entertain this conversation. It's not that I'm trying to entertain it. It's just it was part of the conversation where you would see a part of or section of the internet where they're like, you know, they're like, okay, well, I guess ponies like Xbox games now. And see, this is where it's like, all right, well, now we're on the flip side of that, where Helldivers is on Xbox. It's selling pretty well, apparently. It's the #1 paid game on there. So it has to be doing pretty good overall. At least good enough to where Sony's like, damn, it's good to see it at #1, right? Like, this was a good idea. And now you're going to see the flip side of that, right? Where you're going to see, oh, I guess Xbox players like PlayStation games now. And this is where it's like the opportunity is in front of us. For real. Like, the opportunity is in front of us where it's like, guys, Sony and Microsoft just gave each other their top live service games, and they're both doing well. Who's going to come out? Who's going to come out and be the one to say there's a problem here? There's something wrong with Sony. Sony did something wrong. PlayStation still did something wrong. There's something wrong with Xbox. They still did something wrong. You know? Because that's the thing. On my stream that I did previously talking about Helldivers, people came in and they thought that that's what I was going to do. I was going to say that Helldivers flopped or something or didn't do well on PlayStation, but that's on Xbox, but that's not what I was saying. That's not what I said. Uh-oh. Whiskey Gaming's bringing the banhammer down. Well, not the banhammer, but dad mode activate. No, I don't think we have official numbers yet. Whiskey Gaming's like, I've had enough. I've had enough. No, I don't. The only number we got was like 600K by August 28th. It has to be higher than that now. Maybe like 800K, maybe close to 1 million. It's still the #1 seller, so it could be still racking up decent sales. God. But that's the thing, man, is like I do encounter, you know, I'm encountering people where they're like, well, like there's still a problem here. And I'm like, this is what I was saying, right? This is what I've been saying for some time now, is that I think a lot of the people involved in this space and a lot of people who are engaged in the commentary or the discussions regarding what's happening between Sony and Microsoft, them exchanging games, exclusivity, so on and so forth. It seems to me that a lot of these people that are involved in this, they're kind of realizing that if this goes the way you're actually advocating for it to go, you're going to have a much harder time. You know, like I don't want to say remaining relevant, but the whole angle at which you approach this is going to effectively be gone. And what then? You know? Like, what then? And that's the whole thing, dude. Is it's just like, I think that there is a group of people, and they're not small, I don't think. They're like, they're there, and they know that, and they're just like, yeah. Am I going to get the platinum for Yote? I would like to, yeah. Unless I'm like disappointed with it, which I don't expect that to be the case. What games from PlayStation's older franchise would I like to see come back? I think Infamous would be cool to see come back. A lot of people want to see Infamous. I know a lot of people want Jak and Daxter. It'd be interesting to see Jak and Daxter come back. I want to see like a SOCOM though, man. That'd be pretty sick. We need an Astrobot 2 PS6 limited edition bundle. For real. It could happen. Well, I think Uncharted 5 is happening. Bloodborne. The Order. Oh, dude, yeah. The Order getting a second chance. That'd be amazing. That would be amazing. So, all right, look. I told myself I wasn't going to do this. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I shouldn't. I'm having like a Jekyll and Hyde moment, like live. I told myself I wasn't going to do this, but I want to do it. I can't control myself. Oh, sorry, Luna. You want some of these? Gaming Survivor's like, do it. No, boss. No, you already had some. You're good. I love how, dude, that's so funny. Whiskey Gaming is allowing Digital Dude and Zero Point to speak as long as they're not talking about each other. I love it. What are you doing, boss? Are you serious, dude? Sorry, Luna. Okay, she's not happy. Didn't reach the member goal. The cats are getting special treatment today. Getting Scooby snacks. God of War involved with the Trojan War, perhaps? Well, you know, what I was going to say, I mean, that's true, Hellbound. He's being bossy today. What I was going to say is like, I just think that there are people involved in this community. There are people involved in this community that, you know, they're putting on, they're talking about how they want to embrace the future idea, right? Or the idea of the future, I should say, where exclusivity's gone. There's no more. We're breaking down the barriers. It's dissolving. It's going away. And it's going to be beneficial for everybody, right? I think there are people involved in this community that they claim this and they state this. And, you know, it's like, well, okay, maybe that's true. Like, maybe we can believe you're saying that. Like, we can believe you as you're saying that. But then they, like, do certain things and say certain things that completely fly in the opposite direction of that. You know what I mean? Where it's like, well, it is hypocritical. And I don't mind that really, because it's like, well, that is common. You're going to see that. We've seen that this entire time. You know, the hypocrisy is everywhere. And I also admit that sometimes I can be a bit hypocritical because I'm human. Everybody's a little bit hypocritical sometimes. And the important thing is to acknowledge that and realize, like, okay, all right, learn from it, right? Do better, right? That's the whole point. I think it's part of the human experience, generally speaking. But like today, for example, all right, I'm going to try not to get too toxic about it here, but I just need to point out a singular example here. All right. Well, I'm going to point out two examples, but I'm not going to go off, you know, the deep end. I just think it helps back up what I'm saying a little bit, where it's like, all right, so if I'm viewed as, you know, we're viewed as like, we're the PlayStation fanboys or whatever, and we like the exclusivity and we like this type of cadence, I guess you could say, suddenly we're like the problem because we're like, nah, I don't think Spider-Man's going to Xbox or shouldn't go to Xbox or whatever. You know what I mean? All right, well, today there was, I don't know if it's been officially confirmed, by the way, but it seems legitimate. It's coming from like Bill Kuhn or whatever, so it's like reliable. And I think it's been discovered on the back end where Sony is apparently trying to avoid another PlayStation 5 price increase in Europe. And so the way in which they're avoiding it is by reducing the storage size in the PS5 Slim back down to 825 gigabytes. So it was 1 terabyte. Now it's going to be 825 gigabytes. And if you remember, when the PS5 first launched in 2020, it was 825 gigabytes. And when the Slim came out, that's when it bumped it up to 1 terabyte. And, you know, obviously people are like clowning on Sony for this, you know, because it's pretty stupid. It's like, this is like, what are we doing here? It's pretty dumb. But then, you know, I come across this post, and this is a post that's supposed to be from somebody who is claiming to be embracing this console warless future where PlayStation and Xbox players are getting along and not being toxic to one another. And they say 825 gigabytes should be plenty to store the remainder of PlayStation 5 first-party games, but make sure you save room for Xbox games. And then they put a picture up showing all these Xbox Studio games and then like 4 or 5 PlayStation Studio games. And then they apologize because they forgot to put Saros, a major first-party title for Sony, and Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls. So they left 2 games out. And this, in and of itself, is not problematic. You know? This in and of itself is not problematic because it's like, okay, yeah, you're like, sure, say what you're going to say. The problem is that, again, it's coming from an individual who has influence, and they are out here telling you and telling me and telling everybody around them that this is what we need to do. We need to let go of exclusivity. We need to let go of the console war. We need to just move on and do better and be better. And I'm all for that, where it's like, that's great. But then this is what they put out. And this is why I use the terminology, the wolves in sheep's clothing, because that's exactly what it is. Literally, that's what it is, where it's like, listen, man, there's nothing wrong. If like what it is by itself, if you want to console war, if you want to antagonize, if you want to troll, if you want to be toxic, you're free to do that. So many people do that and they dive headfirst into it and they embrace it, but they make it known that this is what we do. This is what we do. You don't have to respect it. You don't have to partake in it. And you certainly don't have to like it. But they're at least making it known that this is what we are and this is what we do. I don't like whatever this is. I don't like this bullshit, fake nonsense of like, we're just going to pretend, basically. We're going to pretend, but we're just going to keep doing things. We're going to keep showing our true colors. And that's what's funny, is going back to my Sunday stream, somebody, they left a comment and they're like, MBG, you showed your true colors in this stream. And it just makes me laugh because it's like, what are my true colors? What are you trying to say? What they were trying to say is you proved you're a fanboy. And you know what the irony is? Do you know what the irony is? In that stream, I said that the Helldivers sales on Xbox seemed pretty good. Honestly. Whoa, Shems. Whoa, Shems. But that's what I said. I said they seem pretty good. You know? They really do seem pretty good. Or at the very least, it seems like good enough to where Sony could be satisfied with that. Maybe we would expect a little bit more, but it doesn't seem like a failure. I don't see it like that. I mean, I don't know how you could quantify it as a failure. That's pretty intense. And it was clear that like this person, among many others, like they were just, and I understand to a degree, but like they were just annoyed that I was actually trying to stand up for myself and defend myself for once, and basically try to point out that, like, listen, for as problematic as I seem to be, according to everybody, maybe we should look at what some other people are doing too, and how they're behaving and the way they're treating others. You know, like, I'm not trying to play the victim where it's like, sure, point the finger at me. I'm used to it, but damn, you know? Yeah, I'm sorry, Whiskey Gaming. The truth is there's really not much news at the moment. I'm just kind of waiting for the state of play. I was a little bit nervous that if I went live too early, this would happen, but we're like 40 minutes away from it. But I appreciate you hanging out, man, and playing the role of dad in the chat. But yeah, man, I don't know. I just think that collectively we have to, it would be better if we could get to a spot where it's like it's okay to talk about why you would want exclusives, why you like exclusivity, what the pros or the positives of exclusivity in gaming, while also engaged with the conversation of the negatives and the downsides. And this is what's just it continues to be so disappointing to me across the board in this space, where people don't want to do that. And I don't know why. I really can't figure it out. The only thing I can figure is people are afraid to do that. Where it's like, okay, if we're not going to talk about exclusivity, then we have to talk about who's producing the better games. And it's like, okay, that's a natural, I would say, next step. But even then, it's like, if the games are available everywhere and you can just pick and choose, you know what I mean? It's like, what is the end result of doing this? To me, it just seems like it's to create more friction, ultimately. Yes, Digital Dude, thank you for noticing. I do have a black one, but I don't know what happened to it. I have like 2 different blue ones, a gray one. Prince G says rage bait. MBG to piss you off. Probably. Yeah. 0 Point, you think Xbox games are turning into shit like Gears and Halo? I think Gears of War E-Day is looking pretty good. I mean, we haven't really seen like gameplay of it yet, but it has promise. I think Gears fans are feeling good about it. We'll see what they do. It's a good point, because we don't know what the end state of exclusivity will look like, whether it will be a partial exclusivity timed or none. Oh, dude. Yo, Gaming Survivor, I gotta share this with you in the chat, because this is so funny. Like, I guess at the end of the day, I'm just talking into a void, right? Where it's like, what do you expect to come of what you're saying? Like, what do you expect to come out of this? But I gotta tell you, I posted this. I referenced this tweet that I put out yesterday, but this is crazy to me. Like, it's actually to a point where I guess all I can do is laugh, because it's like, okay. And I did talk about it yesterday. But I have to reiterate it here because it's so pertinent to this conversation, where I asked the question, like, would you buy a PlayStation 6 if it was priced at $600? And I told you that there was this one person who like wrote this whole post about how, like, no, if so, like, I'm not going to buy a PS6 for like one exclusive game a year. And especially if they're going to come to PC and Xbox 6 months later, I'm just going to get the next Xbox. And this person got a lot of replies, obviously, of people being like, what are you talking about? And this person was like, yeah, like every Sony game goes to PC 6 months later. But they were dead ass serious. Like, they were speaking as like in a matter of fact way. Like every PlayStation game is going to go to PC 6 months later. Like that's been confirmed. And it was like one of these things where it's like, you see, the problem with that is not that you're trolling, is not that you're being ignorant. The problem with that is you're genuinely misinforming people, because I'm now seeing other people saying a similar thing, and other people are now starting to be like, yeah. And it's like, the problem isn't the idea of those games going to PC 6 months later. The problem is you're saying something that's made up and not true, and talking about it as if it is as if it was just announced by Herman Holst himself yesterday. And that's, yeah, see, Mr. B, that's the problem. Is like, and these are the same people, supposedly. These are the same people that are like, we just want to be friends and get along and you know, share games and no more toxic fanboying or console warring. It's like, what? But do you see what you're saying and doing? You know, like I'm just trying to figure out, like, what are we really trying to achieve here, people? Because at the end of the day, it's beginning to seem like everybody's just after the same thing, which is you're just trying to get as much attention as you possibly can for yourself. That seems to be what you're trying to do. Because you say one thing and you do another, and it's not just on occasion. It's not every once in a while. It's consistent. It is literally like clockwork. And it calls into question everything you're saying and doing. In my opinion, anyway. Like, I don't expect people to be perfect. I'm not perfect. They're not going to be perfect. I'm just expecting where it's like, dude, when Forza comes to PlayStation and it sells amazingly well, and people want to be like, so I guess PlayStation players like Xbox games now. Damn ponies doing nothing but lying, and you know, they only care about games when they only care about Xbox games when it's on PlayStation. And it's like, okay, all right, sure. We'll eat that, right? We'll take that one. Because there's no denying that, like, yeah, people, you know, there is a logic behind it. There's a logic behind it that people don't want to accept, such as, you know, like, it's like I said, there are two types of people, man. And this is the problem. There are two types of people. There's the Xbox player that owns an Xbox and owns a PS5 and is begging for Spider-Man to come to Xbox, not so they can play it, but because they want to be able to say it's on Xbox. They literally own a PlayStation 5, or they own a PC and they could play it. That's probably more likely. They own a PC and they could easily play it. They already did play it, maybe. And then there's the actual Xbox player who just likes being on Xbox because that's where they are, that's where they've been, and that's where they're staying. And they genuinely would love to see something like Spider-Man on Xbox, because it'd be awesome to not have to move somewhere to go play it. They don't want to go to PlayStation. They don't want to go to PC. What we need to do for both the Xbox side and the PlayStation side is just make it so that group of people, the people who are actually playing for the right reasons and advocating for the right reasons, that these are the people that are at the forefront. And these are the people that we're paying attention to. Unfortunately, it really seems like, and I guess that there's a bit of a correlation here. It seems like that's just not really where we are, where most of the more forward-facing individuals or people that seem to be the loudest, or seem to have the most influence. It's like they're literally the first category of person, where it's like you can play this, you have played this game, and you want it not to buy it and support it and play it, but it's like you want it because you know it's going to cause more chaos that you can use to your advantage. I'm more interested in the person that, again, is actually like, this is where I play. And that's what was interesting with Helldivers going to Xbox, is I did see some of those players where they're like, Yeah, I just play on Xbox, man, and it's awesome to be able to play Helldivers now. That's great. Like, I always thought the game looked cool, but I really didn't want to go to PC, and I really am not interested in buying a PS5. And I think that is cool. Like, it's cool to see, because I know what that's like. I know exactly what that's like. That was me with Forza Horizon 5, you know? So I know what it's like. And I just don't understand where it's like, that is a positive thing from the consumer side, from the gamer side. So why is it that I'm seeing the people who have, you know, they have this influence, they have this, these followings and whatnot. It's like, why is it not that for you? Why is it something else? Like, dude, I was like scrolling through YouTube. I was scrolling through YouTube and I saw this video, and dude, the video title was Helldivers 2 on Xbox exposes PlayStation's failure. Now, I'm sure that that's clickbait. I'm sure that that's rage bait to a degree, but it's like, I'm sorry, what? Come again? And I and this channel, by the way, this channel is apparently a channel that always advocates for removing exclusivity. Dude, it's like, oh, okay. Like, all right, here we are. See, I told you this is how it would go down. I fucking told you. Where here we are. You got Gears on PlayStation or Forza on PlayStation, and you got Helldivers on Xbox, and they're both doing great. And the people who were screaming the loudest about, we need to kill exclusivity and get rid of the console fanboy wars and the whole 9 yards. Where is the talk about how well these games are doing? Because exclusivity is dying and the walls are down. Where is it? Where is it? I'm doing more advocating for that than the people who supposedly want it the most. It's insane, dude. And I told you that's exactly what they were going to do. Somehow, Sony putting Helldivers 2 on Xbox exposes their failure. Why do I get the feeling that it like, if you, it's like, what do you mean? It's like, well, let me explain what I mean. And it's just like, I don't get it. I thought you just wanted Helldivers on Xbox. Like, I don't get it. This is what I mean. Like, you're moving the goalpost. You are the ones moving the goalpost, and the proof is right fucking there. Literally in front of everybody. The proof is right. They're literally moving it in front of you. It's here. PlayStation exclusive, no longer exclusive, on Xbox. Selling well on Xbox. Players on Xbox happy. PlayStation players happy. Xbox game on PlayStation. Xbox game selling well on PlayStation. PlayStation players happy. Xbox players happy. Where is the celebratory video? Where is it? Where's the, we did it, we finally did it? No, that's not what you'll see. You'll see somehow we're still observing PlayStation's failure. Sony is still bad. Sony is still bad, even though they just put Helldivers on Xbox. They did the thing that we screamed at them to do, that we begged them to do. Still bad. This is what I'm trying to point out, people. And I know you guys see it. And I'm praying that people will wake the fuck up, dude. That more people will wake up and realize that these are the types of people you're choosing to listen to. These are the types of people you're choosing to give your time and attention to. And understand that if you can admit that this is not about the death of exclusivity, this is not about actually having a productive conversation about the games industry, about the platforms, about the games, or about the consoles or the hardware or anything. This is about keeping a certain narrative going so we can keep talking about specific people, talking about specific things. If you can admit that's what it's about, then fine. There's no problem there. There's no problem there because you're admitting it. But to continue to pretend, this is you know what needs to be exposed? That's what needs to be exposed. And it is, literally right now. And people are just like, eh. Exactly. The console war, not only is it over, dude, PlayStation and Xbox players are literally having party chats together, talking to each other and kicking ass in something like Helldivers or Gears. That's happening right now. But no, we have to continue to let everybody know that that somehow Helldivers 2 on Xbox still results in Sony failure. Like, dude, just make a video about Concord. Like, literally, like, that's more productive. That's more genuine. That's more genuine than trying to somehow twist Helldivers 2 coming to Xbox as Sony's failing. Just make a video about Concord alone, and how Sony sucks because of that. Literally, thumbs up to that. That's good. Yes, that is what it is. That's not a moving of a goalpost. That's maybe living in the past a little bit, but it's more genuine, you know? This is what I mean. This is what I mean. Where it's like, this is what I see. And I understand it's like, well, I got to stop looking at it, but it's like, it's there for everybody. And I have to question, like, why are people still listening to this shit? Because I think a lot of people don't want to admit that you're not in this for the right reasons. You know you're not. They know you're not. Y'all just never admit it. Last thing, just in case you can't tell. Got one more thing. Somebody accused me yesterday. I shit you not. This is how amazing it is, right? The internet in 2025. Somebody accused me yesterday of not playing games. Literally, like, they're like, this dude doesn't play games. He just talks about games. He doesn't play games. And I literally got the platinum on a live stream for Death Stranding 2 yesterday. Again, and people were agreeing with that person. They're like, yeah, bro, he doesn't play games. It's like, y'all are retarded. Like, I mean, like, genuinely, thoroughly, it's unfortunate. I'm sorry. But, like, I'm at a loss, bro. I just have to laugh. It's like, yeah, I don't play games, bro. I don't game. I'm a fake gamer. Digital dude, I would, but it's I've been down that road, and it doesn't. Sometimes it has the opposite effect. So I don't know how or why. And I'm sorry. I know I shouldn't be saying that. I'm sorry, but it's like, sometimes that's what comes out, man, is it's just like, I can't help it. Like, I can't help it. I cannot help it sometimes. I apologize. Forgive me. I'm only a human. I am just a man. All right. State of Play is coming up soon, though. Clowns, man. Absolute clowns. No, I've heard of that person. That's not the person I'm referring to. No. Beast Mode, you're looking forward to the 007 game? Yeah. So, and by the way, Amco dropped a super sticker earlier of what looks to be a pair partying. These cursed ass super stickers, man. But thank you guys for listening to my rant. Hold on. When is this state of play? Okay, so we got about like 20 minutes. Yeah, I don't know how I'm going to feel about this. I'm not like excited, but I'm not excited for the 007 state of play. It's just like whatever, you know. Did I upload the platinum clip to I didn't upload the clip to Twitter, but I took a screenshot of it. You know? I was going to upload the clip, but it was so underwhelming because I was skipping the dialogue of that person, and I'm like, that's a crappy platinum clip. Jeff Grubb said that, yeah, there's another proper PlayStation show happening at the end of this month. Digital dude, that's crazy work, bro. Yeah, I don't know. Don't even listen to me when I say stuff like that. 0 point. If it happens, it happens. I gotta stop thinking about that stuff out loud. Well, I guess that's true, Corey. I guess that's true. I don't know, man. I guess, like, truthfully, people are always like, it's always the gaslighting. It's like, why are you crashing out, MBG? Why are you crashing out, bro? Why are you crashing out? It's like, you know why I'm crashing out. Like, you know why I'm crashing out. You know exactly why I'm crashing out. And the fact that I'm crashing out and that you know why I'm crashing out means, you know, the cycle continues. But it's frustrating, man. I have a wish and a desire. And that wish is very simple. It's like, listen, man, if this is a game that's meant to be played by a set of rules that we deem to be fair, right? Like, it's about keeping that same energy, so to speak. It's about taking your L's and taking your W's gracefully and understanding that you're going to take both. And, you know, it's going to be a back and forth thing. Like, if that's the game that we're agreeing upon, then fine. Like, it just means, yeah, hold yourself accountable. Admit when you're wrong, you know, and take a small little victory lap when you're right. No big deal. But that's not what's happening. And the people who are not abiding by that are the ones that are screaming the loudest that you better or else. Look at that guy. Look at that guy not keeping the same energy. It's like, meanwhile, it's like, do you not see what you're doing? You know, it's the epitome of like, don't look at what I'm doing over here. Look at that. And I just wish that stuff would stop. I really do, because it's like, how are we actually supposed to move forward if that's the shit that's going on? How are we supposed to move forward? Because the industry is moving forward. Like, obviously, the industry, in a sense, in a sense, they're moving backward. But in terms of breaking down barriers, it's moving forward. All right, let me bring up the state of play now. We got about 15 minutes. All right, well, that's the end of the state of play.
What he did in Iceland.
What he did was ill-disciplined, utterly reckless. Give me one good reason to put him in the program, Mom.
I think you just covered them all. It's really quite simple. Bond is a bullet without a target. Let's give him one.
Hi, I'm Hakan Abrak, Game Director on 007 First Light. I know everyone has been waiting patiently to finally see our game, and that's exactly why we're here today. So without further ado, and on behalf of our talented team, I'm incredibly proud to introduce an extended playthrough of Bond's first mission as a recruit. Please enjoy our gameplay premiere of 007 First Light.
This is a black tag operation, so discretion, ladies and gentlemen, is critical.
Now, I could get used to this.
Don't act too impressed, dearest, or you'll blow our cover. And James, do quit your pouting.
I'm a glorified hood ornament. What could I possibly have to pout about?
Sorry if the assignment doesn't live up to your grand expectations. Someone must watch the perimeter. If 009 slips through our fingers, you're the last line of defense.
Exhilarating. Greenway's testing you, mate. That's all. Don't give him an excuse.
The cap looks good on you, though. Really brings out your cheekbones. Take a left up ahead, James.
Backseat driver.
What's that, darling?
Just a frog in my throat.
Halt!
Is everything in order?
Routine inspection, ma'am. Won't be a moment. All clear. Please proceed.
You think if I sold a kidney, I could afford to stay for a night?
I think I have. Stayed here, I mean. A wedding back in 22.
Doesn't sound like something you'd forget.
Well, the hen was in Cannes, so we flew in by private jet. It's dark and we've been drinking, so...
Oh, well. Can.
At least Sheila will be happy.
Private jet.
What?
Nothing. Darling, nothing at all.
What do you make of 009?
He was the best in his day. That was a long time ago. My guess is he's tired of running.
Greenway thinks we're being played.
And since when do you trust Greenway?
I never said I did.
They knew each other, though. That much is clear. Something to do with an operation called Nightfall.
That begs the question. Did 009 pick Greenway out of good faith or bad blood?
Well, we're about to find out. Pull up. This is our stop. We're live, gentlemen. Switch to comms. Monroe, with me. James, stay.
Save the world some other time, yeah?
Afternoon. Invitation, please.
Blake and Loretta York. Plus the help.
Welcome to the Grand Carpathian. Parking is right up ahead. Mr. and Mrs. York, enjoy your stay.
Much obliged.
Oh, they will.
Park the car, bro.
Right. We're entering the premises. Team status?
Nash, delivery area. In position. Singh, staff quarters.
Ronson, conference wing.
Kingsley, first floor suites. Bond. Bond.
Parking lot. In position.
Greenway, Grand Hall. Switching off comms as instructed. Keep a low profile and don't let your guards down. 009 most certainly won't. Out.
ambiance, though.
Not exactly the 5-star treatment. Oh, I'm stretching my legs. Bond, reporting suspicious behavior.
009?
No, one of the hotel staff. Strangest looking bellhop I ever saw. He was mishandling luggage.
Are you joking? What are we, the local tourist board?
I guess he had to be there. It was odd. I'm gonna check it out.
You will not. 009 is our only priority. Stay at your post, James. That's an order.
Yes, Mom.
Griffin, you're saying it's so much like Hitman.
Poor taste, if you ask me, and got what they deserve.
Pardon me? Need to see a
It's
man about
exactly
it
like Hitman.
Missed him.
Afternoon, sir. Staff and press only.
Oh, damn. Forgot my press badge.
You're not the first.
Can I duck through? I need to catch up with that bellhop.
Show me your ID and all's good.
Better go and get my ID then.
If you want to catch your bellhop.
Fair point.
I guess you have some dialogue options. Well, I mean, yeah, this is the dev that made Hitman, so there's bound to be many similarities. We have a lot of options.
Do you think I could get Gretchen Wong's autograph of my daughter after the game? She dreams of going pro.
What's that?
Who would do that? Who would scream out loud like, "What is that? What's that?" Like, bro, the hose just turned on, man. Like, Hitman Jr.
That... What the... God, sorry. Oh, my...
What? Let's see. What is... Odd.
The one in the dining hall? Yeah, I just it long ago. Although so far.
Correct.
Thank you. Oh, you know where it leads. Yes, imagine if you held your own cookie. Besides,
Uncharted vibes.
Gate crashing a black tie event. Haven't done that since final year.
I'm not really a wine person.
What?
Ken Banks, penetration tester. I need to have a stern word with your manager.
Good to have you on the team.
Okay.
Penetration tester? Damn.
This guy better be worth it.
Smooth.
Don't mind me, ladies.
Good afternoon, sir. Which room is he in?
Dunno, but he's getting an extra mint on his pillow. That's for sure.
Now, let's see what all the fuss is about. There's Greenway. Hopefully I'm the last thing on his mind. What are you here for?
I feel like the graphics do look pretty good.
I've got to get back down there. Can I believe Nobody chose a Scotch opener?
I literally have no idea what you just said.
Kingsley alert. Best not get spotted just yet. Need to build a case first.
Introducing bold tactical possibilities. Catch the momentum of the car. I see.
Bond, status.
All was quiet in the parking lot. No sign of 009. Over. How do you do?
Where have I seen him before?
I think he models for Alexander Dugin.
Oh, right.
Now, where do you go?
This is the thing. Is it your own concoction?
I can't take credit, I'm afraid. The hotel owner...
Dwayne, you're saying he looks like Tom Cruise?
From the 20s.
Book collector, huh?
Oh yes, his pride and
Hanzo,
joy.
that's crazy,
He's got all
dude.
sorts of antique books on display about the castle and local history.
Wonder if you could help me.
I'll certainly try, sir.
Did you notice the blonde bellhop who just passed through here?
There's a face you'd pick out in the lineup. Probably one of the temps. He was asking for the directions to the backstage area.
A chess fiend. I knew it.
I'd stay clear of him.
Just need a quiet word. Nothing dramatic.
Looking for these?
Hold on.
Just who the hell are you?
Not now. Eyes on the road. Look out.
That's the car.
It's got too much of a head start. You need to cut some corners.
Careful what you wish for.
Ambulances, watch it.
Look out! Buckle up.
A little bit of Uncharted, maybe? Yeah. This sequence reminds me of Uncharted a little bit. Like that deep sequence.
You're right.
Before. Lighting is nice. Motion blur is crazy.
Left, go left.
Brace! There he is.
You guys think it looks pretty good? Yeah, it's looking pretty good so far. I'd say
Clear the
too.
road! Hold tight.
Now we're talking.
It's like a mix of Uncharted and Hitman. That's pretty combo. I think, yeah, we're probably going to see combat after this chase sequence. Curious to see what that looks like.
Right. Who are you really?
Agent Charlotte Ross. I'm with the DGSE. That's...
French intelligence. James Bond. MI6.
Yes, I figured as much.
What's your interest in 009?
Beckett didn't spend his fugitive years on a golf course, if that's what you think. DGSE has been hunting him for a long time. This is the closest we've ever gotten, and I'm not letting him slip through my fingers now.
It sounds like we have a conflict of interest.
How about we burn that bridge when we get to it?
Fine by me.
There. Pull over.
No sign of 009.
Plenty of his friends, though. I'm not loving the odds.
I've had worse.
Well, in that case. Get down there, draw their fire. I'll flank them. We need to keep that plane on the ground.
Well, what are we waiting for?
There's that English sang-froid. Bonne chance, James.
Looks like I've got a plane to catch.
Go! Grab the lift off, now! You were warned.
So this game is basically Uncharted Hitman. I can see why Sonny was like, we should give this a state of play. Aim assist to the max. Yeah. Looks fun though, man.
You told me you needed a hand!
Yeah, is there like hand-to-hand combat at all?
Right behind you!
Oh shit. Yeah, that was pretty cool. Doesn't feel like grapple enemies. That frame rate though. Or that frame rate of those explosions. Oh.
You got this good!
Nice. Wow, okay. This is pretty sick. I like it. Oh yeah.
Push him out!
Damn, dude, one shot to that vehicle with the shotgun blew it up.
Grab the hose!
Yo, what? What? Yo, come on, bro.
Oh, no, you don't!
I thought for sure that was going to be a death sequence right there. Start. It is James Bond.
Talk about winging it. Okay.
Fast and Furious 12.
You're next.
Package secure. Snug in the front. Did you kill the transponder?
Did we mention he's superhuman? Yeah, dude. How did that guy not hit him? It was like point blank.
Things flying dark. It's all up to me. Think. Need a way to force it down. If I could access the flight control system. Let's make some turbulence. Never a dull moment.
I love how he's not moving at all. The plane's like ready to go. Like, bro, what? The motion blur is out of control. Yo, I'm just gonna be honest. The motion blur is absolutely out of control, dude. You just got hit by a flying car, man. Well, there we go. Release date.
Hey, I'm Patrick Gibson, and I'm honored to announce that I'm playing James Bond in IO
Somebody called
Interactive's
that
much
earlier.
anticipated game, 007
Yeah, you got
First
it,
Light.
Elias.
It's thrilling to be bringing this character to life in the gaming world, and I'm joined by an incredibly talented cast, including Lenny James as Bond's mentor Greenway, Priyanka Burford as M, Alistair McKenzie as Q, Kira Lester as Bond's most fervent supporter Moneypenny, and Noemi Nakai as the enigmatic Ms. Roth. Bond's world is all about what's seen and what's hidden beneath the surface. You've just watched an extended mission playthrough. No commentary, just a raw experience. We hope you liked it just as much as we loved crafting it for you. But there's more than what meets the eye. In this next section, we'll guide you through how it all works. The tools, systems, and choices that shape the gameplay in 007 First
This isn't
Light.
over?
Let's take a closer look.
Welcome to the world of James Bond in 007 First Light. where infiltration and espionage are just two of many spycraft skills. In this mission, our unseasoned but highly trained Bond must track an assassin through a sophisticated Kensington gala. You'll want to blend in with the crowd while scouting for tactical options. Creating a mental map of available pathways without giving yourself away.
Go to the security room.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what the release date is. Looks good.
Staff offices.
Got it.
Bond must gain access to the upper floors, but some areas are off limits, even for those with a stolen ticket.
Yeah, it looks better than I expected.
Sorry,
honestly.
sir. Can't let you through.
Just looking for the bathroom.
Other side of the bar.
Dialogue from other characters can offer clues to the mission's progression. Listening in on conversations is a useful intelligence tactic, potentially revealing opportunities for an easy breach.
If he doesn't make an appearance in the next 10 minutes, he can watch from down here. Yeah, do that. Rob Minkley, Crux Magazine. And you are?
Rob Minkley. Sorry for the wait.
About time, Mr. Minkley. Your miss gave up on you. Right then, go grab your camera, and I'll take you past security.
Photography can be such a negative experience.
Don't recognize him.
First Light provides multiple pathways for achieving Bond's objective,
Books you in off.
if he's prepared to get creative.
What?
All set.
Follow me.
Bond's gamble has paid off.
The balcony should give you an excellent view of the stage.
Sorry, miss, but this man can't go upstairs.
Relax, fellas. He's with me.
You say so.
I read your articles in Crux Magazine on rogue AI and cognitive warfare.
Hopefully this is a good time to drop in.
You won't always receive the red carpet treatment, so sometimes you might have to take the initiative. In these highly volatile stealth situations, it pays to choose caution over direct confrontation, as everyone can be a valuable source of information.
Saunders. I'll be needing that key card.
Watch it.
What?
That needs a look.
Moments when Bond remains undetected offer the chance to survey hostile areas.
North exit. That's my way out.
Bond can use the environment to his advantage by choosing from multiple routes, exploiting opponents' positions or security vulnerabilities. Depending on the situation and the odds, Bond can always go with a quick and blunt strategy.
So there's like, okay, a little bit more
Place that a little smoother, James.
melee combat.
He got away with it this time, but they could have called reinforcements. Alternatively, Bond can opt for a more elegant style, using the scan from his watch to highlight options for distraction and misdirection.
What was that? I'll have a quick look.
Michael says, please like the video, guys. Help bring more great people in. Yeah. If you're enjoying the stream, if you're enjoying the state of play, hit the like button. Always helps.
Your Q gadgets are custom developed to be powered by resources found in the environment, so be sure to stock up when you have the chance. Aside from your signature watch, a gift from Q, you'll have other gadgets in your arsenal. The laser fires a direct beam of energy that can be used offensively against targets or tactically on environmental weak points. Opening up strategic options to avoid combats or spring traps.
I assume.
The smoke device confuses and disorients foes, letting you pass through undetected. offering a chance for concealed stealth takedowns.
I thought he was just literally walking up to them, dude.
The world of 007 First Lights will see Bond face different opponents, some of whom cannot be bluffed or charmed into compliance. Using a dart phone to incapacitate them will give you an opportunity to talk your way out with a charismatic flourish.
First, I asked for Boston's.
Oi, I need to find Saunders. There's a chance the suspect is dressed as security. The bastard could be hiding right under your noses.
Damn. I'll keep an eye out for new faces.
But sometimes,
Cheers.
hard as you may try to stay hidden, a fight is unavoidable.
If he was from MI6.
Damn, dude.
What?
There's like a lot more stealth.
Excuse me? Who are
than
you
they
looking for?
led
Relax,
on to
off-duty museum security.
first mission.
Having been discovered, Bond will need to rely on more than wit and charm to contain the situation. In melee combat against multiple assailants, you'll need to think fast. Combining throws, parries, and direct strikes with environmental takedowns and items.
That's pretty sick. I like the idea that you can just throw people everywhere. That's awesome.
Simon says don't get up.
Sometimes James will need more than his fists to get out alive. When enemies show clear intent to shoot and kill Bond, you will be granted a license to kill. Trained by the Royal Navy, Bond is an expert marksman. His Q pistol firearm is a great conversation starter. Enemies can provide additional firearms. You'll just have to borrow them for a moment.
Yeah,
With
the
quick
environmental
thinking,
stuff's really
you can
cool.
turn the tables on your enemies by making the very environment a deadly weapon.
Dude, that falling plant just wrecked that guy.
Gadgets
Holy
used
shit.
for stealth and infiltration can also be deployed in combat.
That guy was in body
to
armor and
disrupt
everything.
enemy attacks or provide further offensive options. Allowing you to fight fire with fire or distract to make your escape. Adversaries come equipped with different levels of armor, requiring either greater ballistic might or tactical improvisation.
Oh, holy
to
shit.
support him in challenging situations, Bond can use his
Chandelier.
own instincts. This mode will help you focus on your most difficult targets. Whether human or environmental, Bond must be fast, cunning, and uncompromising to prevail in the world of 007 First Light.
Thank you for your visit. We hope to see you again.
Somehow I doubt that.
March 27th. Wow, okay. So not too far from now. Yeah, man. There we go. That was the state of play. March 27th. So I want to put up a poll. You guys can vote. Let's see. Are you getting 007 First Light? Now that we've seen the state of play, we have the release date. Yeah, it's looking like it's going to need some more optimization. I think the only real downside was the motion blur was cranked up to extreme and looked like there were some frame issues. But even then, you know, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, why does that poll suck? What else am I supposed to make it? All right, let's bring this back here. Come on. Come on. All right. Yeah, it looks good, man. I went in with like very, I don't say low expectations, just like no expectation. But it looks fun, man. It looks like it's gonna be a fun game. It depends on what else is coming out around the time it comes out, though. Is it coming out the end of March? So it's like it could be a day one. It could be. It depends. It's pretty close to GTA. It's a couple months away. It's a couple months away. Yeah, generally speaking, it seems like people like it. Um, Although 25% of the votes so far are saying still not sure. I mean, you could tell, like, it's got a lot of Hitman in there. I mean, this game basically looks like Hitman meets Uncharted. That's kind of what I'm getting from it. Um, Let me get rid of some of this stuff here. Okay. Yeah, it seems like if you're a James Bond fan at all, this is like everything you basically could have asked for. Anytime you're gonna skip it. Has a lot of options. Yeah, the stealth is very intricate. I like that with melee, there's a little bit more depth to it. Like, I thought the melee was just basically go up to somebody and like tap square and that's it. But you could take on like multiple enemies at once and they can surround you and you can kind of throw them around and grapple and use the environment. So there's a depth there. You're saying it's like a new Hitman game, not 007? Well, yeah, when it first started, people were basically saying, like, dude, this is a Hitman game. Holy motion blur. Yeah, the motion blur, I don't know, man. I think the game is clearly not fully optimized. Like, they still have to optimize a lot. The motion blur, I think, is there to kind of mask some of the framing, the frame issues, frame pacing, maybe. I think it lacks the charm of Bond. Huh. Well, yeah, they have plenty of time. It's not going to be out till the end of March, so it's not too far. You know, you're not like waiting years or anything, but they have time. And usually, you know, that's the last thing they do for the game is they optimize it and polish it. You saw some of the shadows disappear in the areas. Paul, you're saying no, that's Bond down to a T. It's interesting seeing people kind of arguing a little bit about it. And so you're saying you're not even a big Bond fan, and you weren't a fan of the previous games, but this is the first time I've actually been interested. Well, that's the thing. I'm not like a James Bond fan. Like I'm just not too into it, you know. But I think it looked good. Like I could see it definitely being a game that I would want to play. All right, let me see here. It's more like Hitman character, but British. British Hitman. Bruh. Bruh. We got British Hitman. All right. Well, you think it looks like a cheap Uncharted? Huh. Well, I think this will be a good place to wrap the stream up, mainly because I did talk about the other topics prior to this. Is it me or do MBG's arms look orange? Oh, you know what? Yeah, it's the reflection of the whole room looks a bit orange. Although my shirt's orange too. I got orange arms, man. But yeah, I think this will be a good place to wrap up the stream. You wonder if his womanizing character will be toned down a little bit. Well, we'll see. Yeah, and just to let you guys know, this is not the actual like PlayStation show that's expected. People are wondering, is this the only state of play we're getting? No, apparently Sony has another show planned later in September. We don't know if it's a showcase or a state of play. I would anticipate a state of play, but a regular show is coming. So we'll keep an eye out for that. But, you know, we get like a couple, one or two, sometimes I think 3 of these third-party state of plays. I like Splinter Cell, yeah, but Metal Gear was always my thing over Splinter Cell. We need Wolverine. We do. We do. But all right, guys, thank you for tuning in. Before I head out here, I want to thank everybody for watching. If you watch live and hung out, really appreciate that. If you catch it later on, thank you for the viewership and the support. I want to give a big thank you to everybody who dropped any memberships. We hit 26 today, which is great. So thank you for that. If you dropped any super chats or direct donations, we're totally fan funded. I can only do what I do here because you make it possible. So thank you guys. And also want to give a shout out to Devil Shooter, who does the timestamps for the stream. So if you guys see him in the comments, give him some thanks, show him some love. And before we go here, I'm going to end this poll so you can see what the results are. 233 votes, 53% of you saying you're getting it, 27% still not sure, 18% saying no. So there you go. All right, guys, that does it. Please enjoy the rest of your day, evening, or night. We should be back here tomorrow with some more content. I did put out a video earlier as well if you want to check that out. And yeah, we did some members content yesterday and the day before. So if you're a member and you're looking for more content, you can go check that out. And that's it. All right, guys, I will catch you in the next one. Until then, take care, everyone.